I'm Matt Hill of Arrowhead Industries, and today we're going to be showing you how to install a switch circuit controller in an M-23 switch machine. The first thing we're going to do is take our switch circuit controller that's going to be installed in the machine and verify that it goes with the machine we're going to be putting it in. We're going to be installing it in a left-hand M-23A, so what we want to do is check our cams for indication and verify that it is set up for a left hand. Here's a set of cams that's outside of the machine, make it a little easier to see. For a left-hand machine, you're going to check for the notches to be lined up. You can see this controller, they are. If it's thrown either way, you should be able to see the same thing, the same notches lined up. Right-hand machine, you're going to see one notch. You rotate it, you're going to see one notch. In mid-stroke, you should see the latch-out block and a notch on each side. If it's been messed with and it's wrong, you're going to see both notches, but you're going to see both slots lined up. This is a wrong position. It will not work in the controller. Once you've verified that you have a right or a left, whatever you need, you're going to move on to see which way the controller is thrown. For a right or left machine, basically open contacts follow your cam bar or your throw bar. So if it's in the normal position for field side will be open. If it's in reverse position, your track side will be open. The normal position is the throw bar sucked into the machine, reverse is the throw bar extended. Another thing you're going to want to do as far as prepping, you're going to take your screws out to where your wiring harness will be attached. You're going to take your nuts off your wires, and you're going to check your wiring to make sure your jumpers are in the correct place. We've done that for this machine. This controller is set up correctly. Okay, in your machine, the reasons why we're going to change this out, some of the same problems you may have, some very common problems that build up to your loss of motion in your machine. The first thing we got her through will be your what's called the duck bill or the indication lever. It's just the bottom side of the controller, you can't really see, but that's where you're going to start getting some of this play. We'll throw the machine reverse. One side of this controller has been rebuilt, one side hadn't. This side is wore out. You see, we just got a little bit of play there compared to the other side. Another thing to look for is going to be your trunnions. This side, you'll get a lot of up and down motion. It's hard to do with one side being good and one side being worn out to show you where you can notice in the video, but you will be able to tell on your machine. Another thing you might not think of when you're looking at controller issues is your PD bushings and rod. They tend to wear out with the controller, so if you're having controller issues, it'd be a good idea to come check these, and we'll show you how to change those out. As far as changing the controller out, the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure it's thrown to reverse position, and unbolt underneath your operating crank. You can see on this side we would be able to get to it. On this side we can't, so we're going to go ahead and take it out right now. But throw it back to the normal position. Drop the lock washer down in there. I'll get that out. We'll get it out and get the controller out. Okay, now that we have that bolt removed, we're going to go ahead, motor it up. First thing, you want to make sure the machine is motored to its full position so that your placement is correct when you go to take out this controller, put your new controller back in. Now we're going to go ahead and unhook our wires. Before you unhook your wires, you want to make sure that your wires are labeled. Most new machines don't have tags. You're going to want to go ahead and number them so you make sure you get them back in the correct place. All the nuts and all the wires on the controller. All the washers, get them in our pan here. Now you're going to want to take a flat screwdriver and remove the 4 screws that hold the wiring harness to the controller. Get our wire harness unhooked here, kind of fold it back out of the way. Now what we're going to do is go ahead and remove the 3 remaining bolts that hold the controller down. Alright, now we're ready to remove our controller. Out of the way. And just pop it up, straight up off the pins and out. Okay. Now that we have the controller removed, we're going to go over how to remove and install new PD bushings and covers. With an old style cover, as you can see, there's no real way to get to, you see that or not, get to the bushing. What you'll have to do is you can kind of get underneath and you can see locking tabs and a nut. If you don't have the tool, what you want to do is take your screwdriver and a hammer and knock those tabs back out. When we make a tool, you can install in your bushing, slides on, hit it with a hammer, it spreads those tabs back out, and then simply turn it with your wrench. Get that out, you'll have a lock washer in your cover. We recommend putting the new style cover back into the machine along with your new bushings. Go ahead and put this back on here. I'll show you our new covers. When installing these bushings, you want to make sure your grease zerk is facing up or into a position that you can still get a grease gun onto it. Just kind of snug this one up here. Go ahead and bend your tab back down. Okay, covers. New style covers that Arrowhead Industry makes allows for 1 bolt installation and removal of the cover. This is good in the instance of replacing these bushings and for floating your rods and normal maintenance issues. 2 bolts gets both sets of covers off, one from each side, and they're completely out of your way. Okay. Changing bushings is as simple as that. You can go ahead and repeat the process for the other side. Install your new bushings and lock them down. Now we're ready to put our new controller into the machine. Again, making sure it's been motored up, it's full position. You want to very carefully set the controller in on your pins, push it down and fall right into place. Make sure during this process that the controller gears aren't moved against the lock box or anything like that. You want to just set right down in. Reinstall your bolts. Now you want to hand throw the machine, checking to make sure that everything's smooth, there's no binding in the controller, everything works. This is also going to allow you to put the last bolts in on the controller. Now that you've thrown your machine, you can check again to verify that 1, it is smooth, 2, reverse position of the machine, your track side contacts are open, the normal side, your field side are open. Make sure you got it in motor to motor the machine. We're throwing normal on the machine. Our field side is open. Now that we figured that out, everything's good there, we're going to go ahead and hook up our wiring harness. Go ahead and reinstall the bolt. Once your wire harness is secure, you're going to go ahead and put your wires on. Double nut all your wires. And your controller is complete. That's pretty much sums it up. You want to go ahead and put your PD lock rod or PD rod back in, your coverage back in. If you have any videos you'd like to see with an M-23 or any GRS machine, any machine of that sort, feel free to contact us. Contact information is on our website, ai-signal.com.